Can you hear me back? My name is Paula Patrick. I'm a judge out of Philadelphia County running for the statewide Superior Court. What is Superior Court? Superior Court is one of the state appellate courts that's just above the common pleas or trial court level, but just below the state Supreme Court. Superior Court is very important because at the Superior Court level, what happens is that every person at the trial court has a right to an appeal, whether it's a criminal case, whether it's a family law case that would include divorces, custody, support, whether it's a civil case that would include car wreck cases, medical malpractice cases, contract cases, any of those type of cases, complex litigation cases, for example, product liability, whenever there's a product that may be defective and so forth. So whenever you go to trial court in this county, Court of Common Pleas, New York County, whenever you go to the trial court and you're dissatisfied with the decision of the judge, then you have an automatic right to appeal if you select that to the state Superior Court. Okay? Thank you. As I said, my name is Paula Patrick, and I'm running for the statewide Superior Court. What do I want you to know about me? Well, first of all, originally I'm from North Carolina, born and raised. Been in Philadelphia now about 18 years. This is my 8th year as a judge. I was a trial attorney for about 10 years. And being from North Carolina, I'll tell you that, of course, I'm very conservative. I am strongly pro-life. I'm also strongly pro-Second Amendment and strongly Constitution. I'll tell you why I'm running for the statewide Superior Court. I'm running for the Superior Court because I believe in 3 major things. One is that I believe in preserving our families. Because I am pro-life, I do believe in strong family values. I myself came from a family where my parents were married for 44 years before my father passed. I am married, I do have a 3-year-old son, and I do believe that families are the cornerstone of our nation. And if our families are in trouble, we're all in trouble. Secondly, I do believe in protecting our rights. I believe in all of our Bill of Rights. First Amendment, Second Amendment especially, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment. I support all of our Bill of Rights. I would like to say, obviously we can see in this country that our rights are being watered down every day. And we need to elect people who understand that and who understand the Constitution. And thirdly, I'm running because I believe in obeying and defending the Constitution. When I became a common pleas court judge, I took an oath to obey and defend the Constitution of the United States as well as the Pennsylvania Constitution. And I do that every single day on the bench. I am the only candidate running that's a judge. I'm the only candidate running that has appellate experience. In Philadelphia County, the court just below the common pleas court is the municipal court. So whenever there are appeals from the municipal court, they come to the common pleas court level. So I've had experience in listening to those type of cases as well as writing opinions for the state Superior Court and also transmitting the record for the state Superior Court. Now it's important to elect a judge for the state Superior Court because, twofold. Number one, a trial judge is the one that's being reviewed by the state Superior Court. So then a trial judge understands the importance of listening to the cases, making credibility determinations, writing the opinions and decisions, transmitting the record to the court. That's exclusive to a trial court judge. It would be difficult to elect someone to that position who does not understand that and who has to have the experience of a trial court judge. I bear the stripes of a trial court judge. I am qualified obviously for the position. I was recommended by the Pennsylvania Bar Association. I'll tell you something personal as an aside. I'm also a born-again Christian. There are people that are offended by that, but I can tell you only by the grace of God any of us are here. And I do believe that our Constitution is the foundation of this nation. The Bible says in Psalms 11:3, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So if we continue to elect people to our courts who want to be activist judges that do not want to follow the law, we are all in trouble. That's why I'm running. Thank you.
Yes, it's a pleasure having you. Can you, around the country, there are about 13 states that are right now have laws on their books concerning Sharia law. Can you tell me what Sharia law means to you and how you would handle it?
Well, I think Sharia law is not American law. I think that this country, we already have good laws called the Constitution. I think that, to me, as a judge, it's kind of ridiculous to impose a particular religious standard on two people who are, you know, of a particular faith, if they're Muslims and so forth. For example, if I have two Christians come into my courtroom, I don't have the authority to say, let's put aside the law, let's go to the Bible. You understand? So that's the problem that I have with it. I do believe that in this country, when people come to this country, they recognize that we are the United States of America, we have our laws here. And if you're going to operate this country, you must operate under the laws of this nation. Yes, sir.
How would you address, as a judge, the homosexual and man-to-man marriage? How would you address that issue? I know it's not Christian, but how would you, from your position, how would you address that?
Well, I haven't been addressed with that, but I can just tell you my own personal view is that, you know, I do believe in the sanctity of marriage. I do believe in the whole concept of marriage. You know, it's kind of funny when they have this debate about homosexuals getting married and so forth and so on, civil unions. One of the concepts that I always think about is that the whole concept of marriage is not a man concept. Because think about it, I mean, if man had his way, you wouldn't even be married. Anybody who's married knows that. So, it's too difficult. So what I'm saying is that, you know, so when people want to describe or they want to give a definition for marriage, it's not a man-made concept. You know, it's not, because if when we're left to ourselves, we'll do any and everything. The question is that appropriate? You know, I'm not the one to make a decision. I can just tell you that marriage is a God concept. It's not a man's concept. So therefore, anything that anyone else wants to add to it automatically creates a problem, in my view. Okay, thank you.
Questions? No other questions?
I love it.
Right there.
What is the term of the office? And also, what is
I can hear you. I'll repeat the question. What's the term of the office that Superior Court is 10 years?
what is the compensation for the judge?
Well, right now, I think the compensation, if I'm not mistaken, is $174. And I'm a common police court judge, and compensation is of course public information. Our compensation is $161. And common police court judges, Superior Court judges, Commonwealth Court judges, State Supreme Court judges, all are 10-year terms. District justices and municipal court judges are all 6-year terms.
What is your position on the Second Amendment, and how do you feel about the treaty that is being talked about with regards to having firearms be banned by the United Nations?
Well, I told you before, I'm originally from North Carolina. I learned to shoot at 15 years old. So I'm totally pro-Second Amendment. I also believe that the Constitution, you know, is clear about that we shouldn't make any laws infringing upon our rights. It's so interesting that, you know, when they pass gun laws, they always want to bring the fact of the violence in the streets, the gangs and so forth. But everyone knows in here that gun laws does not keep guns out of hands of criminals.
That's right.
Gun laws are not criminals, they're for us.
Yes.
So that you have to jump through 20 hoops just to get a weapon legally that we can own without being a convicted felon. So I strongly support the Second Amendment and our right to bear arms. I also believe in the sanctity of property. I think that, you know, there are 3 things I believe: sanctity of life, sanctity of property, and sanctity of man. And, you know, that speaks for itself. Do I think that there should be laws that would that they're continuing to make throughout the nation regarding guns? No, because I think the basis for them doing it is wrong. The basis is that they want to say because of the violence. Well, guess what? You know, of course we live in a violent nation, but the fact is that it's not violence that's the cause of criminals having guns. If you look back at our history as this nation, John Dillinger, Al Capone, and so forth, all of these gangsters always had guns, and there was never a law saying, you know, that you should have this or that, or you can't have this type of weapon. So it's just the times that we live in, and I think largely because of the knee-jerk reaction that politicians have to want to satisfy certain groups of people. That's what I believe. Can I just say one thing real quick? I'm done. Just remember my name. I'm Paula Patrick. I'm the young black woman with the Irish name.